In this video, I'm going to be breaking down my 5 favorite offensive playbooks currently at the moment in Madden 25. Yes, these are my 5 favorite, not necessarily the best playbooks in the game, but offenses that are going to put up a lot of points for you guys, have great routes, and you guys are going to be able to learn and help proceed to get better going in the Madden 26. And all this stuff that I am telling you guys about and knowledge has helped me win over $20,000 in my Madden career. Enough yapping for me. Let's get into the first playbook. So going in for the number 5 playbook, again, we are ranking these from least favorite to favorite, but all these really good playbooks, and that's going to be the Carolina Panthers playbook. And what makes this Carolina Panthers playbook is we're always going to start off in gun. I really don't look to this under center, but you know, since we are here in the under center, wide zone is one of the best runs in the game. So if you guys don't have this in your audibles, if you guys are playing dollar, and the good thing about this wide zone is it's out of the single back tight flex formation, which is 3 receivers, 1 tight end, and a running back. So you don't have to, for a majority of these offenses that have three receivers, 1 tight end, and a running back, you don't have to like sub in somebody else to audible down. So let's just say you're struggling versus dollar, and whatever formation we decide to go into, you can just audible down from this, and we'll teach you guys that. But what I really like about this, and I did an ebook actually on this earlier in the year. I started off in this bunch strong nasty, which we'll go over. It's got the double pass, motion halfback seam, one of the most overrated plays. It's got wide trips. Now, granted, it's not like the one in Chiefs with the RPO read wide flat, but it does have some good plays that you guys can go to. We also have the gun normal wide close. Again, doesn't have too many good plays. We have PA snag. We have the motion wide wheel. We are missing some of those auto motion plays like cheap flat posts that make that formation good. But it's got the majority in everything. Another formation I love is this trips X nasty. And it's kind of been slow. I should say it's off meta, but people have been putting it on the map. So people such as like Kobo, Astro have been running this offense just a little bit. And what makes this offense so good is these fades. We got the slap fade H wheel play. I'm just gonna call this right here, and we're just gonna call a simple cover 2. Simple cover 2. Hopefully none of these hooks match. No guarantees whatsoever. But let's just grab a hash. You guys are always gonna want a hash, and we're gonna go over just a setup that I like out of this. I'm gonna give you guys a play from each of the formations that I like and a setup that I like to go with. So right here, you can do something like this, and now we have this running back wheel route, which you can kind of throw, just snap throw like this, and it gets out wide. A lot of wheel routes, what they do is they kind of cut up early when they run the wheel. This wheel, as you guys see, it's kind of going wide towards the sideline a little bit, so it's not going to cut up super early. You can kind of throw it like a flat route, or if it's manned up, it's going to beat man-to-man coverage because it's a wheel. But we also have the spot route right here on X, so if people are getting super aggressive trying to play the spot, we make the read between Munoz and Genti. But over here, we have like this little stop route, kind of like out of GL Fork Zig. If you guys are aware of GL Fork Zig, it's one of the best red zone plays. And pretty much this is, in my opinion, a better GL Fork Zig just because there's so many more routes. So we can do stuff like this. So if they start playing a little bit more aggressive, we can run this versus Tampa 2 right here. Right here, we are going to put a streak on our tight end. And what that does is it drags the deep blues. We have a speed out just in case they run backed off deep blue. We can throw the speed out right here. So one of my favorite setups out of this play is going to be to stem this post down. So let me actually reset the play. We're going to stem it down twice, 1, 2. And then I'm going to put a streak on my solo guy. We have this wheel route over here. Me personally, I'm going to leave this fade because even with this right here, like against this cover 2 right here, it's a little bit tougher of a throw if I don't get mauled by Colossus. This is going to happen a lot in this video. But if I don't get mauled by Colossus, we're going to go to instant replay right here. I am going to be able to still throw this. It's a little bit tougher of a throw because that safety is here, so I have to lead it more towards the sideline because I don't have a streak. But against cover 2, we can still throw this fade. If they're in cover 3, cover 4, we're not going to be able to. But we have almost like a dagger. If you guys remember that play from Packers bunch strong offset with the tight end post in the drag underneath, you're making a high load read between this tight end and this drag route right here, and you can run this versus cover 3, cover 4 if they get aggressive with their switch sticks. If this is a inside quarter and they're trying to switch this post right here, we're gonna have Munoz wide open again. We also have this wheel going out to the sideline, and the spacing is so good. And that's just one of the few setups. Now, if I want to leave this Geo Fork Zig stop route, what I would do is personally I'm flatting my slot receiver just to drag any sort of zone. I'm gonna leave this spot route right here, and I'm just gonna do something like this, just quick flat. Dude, I'm getting mauled right now. I'm just doing a quick flat right here, make it super tough. I'm gonna stem this down twice, snap the ball, just easy quick snap play that we can run. We can throw that spot route, get a couple yards if we need to. Again, so much you guys can do with this play to be cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. They also have the actual GL fork zig play, so if you do want to, just call it GL fork zig, you can also do this too as well. Just depending on the routes you guys want to leave out there. Trips X Nasty is a super underrated form. I'm really just enjoying this form in this playbook. Let me go to motion halfback seam. Another great play in this book, and I love it versus cover 4. Cover 4 is really good just because you can put so many streaks. If they're running cover 2 or cover 3, also let's just call cover 4 real quick. It can be a good play, especially against the switch stick. So something I would do right here is if I will try to leave my running back in the backfield. If they start pressure, or if they don't pressure me, you can pretty much do the same concept. So something I would do would be something like this: motion out my running back, put him on a corner route. I'm gonna put my slot receiver on a streak, tight end post. I'm gonna drag my B receiver, have it something like this. So now I can throw this drag if they're gonna play a hard flat. So let me actually switch the hard flats real quick, just so you guys can see what I'm kind of looking at. Otherwise, they kind of have to make a decision what they're switch sticking to. And I'll kind of show you guys what I mean. So cover 3 hard flat, they're going to send 4. So we're going to go to the same play. Here we go, tight end post. Motion out the running back, put him on a corner route, stem it all the way down, streak the slot, drag Hunter, our outside receiver. So cover 3 hard flat right here. We can throw this corner route to the sideline. Right there, got a shitty animation. 9 out of 10 times we're going to catch that ball. So they have to make 2 decisions right here. What they're going to do to stop this is either give up the flat, and they're going to play curl flats on that side just to guard that. All right, I fucked up the play. They're going to play that. We're going to throw the drag all day long. Or what they're going to do is they're going to go back to cover 3 hard flat like this. They're going to switch stick to the hard flat, or throw the drag still. Or they have to switch stick to the deep blue to guard that corner, and we're going to beat them over the top with Munoz. And then we also have this streak, this post combo right here. Look, that's against cover 3. That hook curl just doesn't have enough time to go guard that. And that's one of my favorite plays. You can do a lot of freestyle out of that. And it also looks similar to the double pass. If you guys know the double pass, really good versus zone coverage. So you have that formation to work with. Also, gun normal while off close. PA snag does really good versus all the blitzes. Again, cover 3 hard flat. We can go in PA snag. Do something simple. Streak the slot. Drag the tight end. Flat our running back. And this is one of the best plays in the game right here. We throw the post over the middle if they're in a cover 4 where there's not a lot of hooks. Or we can throw that spot route if they're not respecting the drag. Again, this is cover 3 hard flat, so they're kind of hard. But we can still even throw that early. Take our check down. Play action. Does a really good job of just blocking. So there's so many just great formations. We can go to that wide trips and dabble a little bit in there. RPO read flat, one of the best read flats, especially versus dollar. It's just super tough to stop the pass and that as well right there. They actually played really good defense on that RPO read flat. But you guys know how effective that play is in Madden 25. So if you guys haven't tried out Panthers or just looking something to run something unique, man, hop in this Panthers playbook. I've been raving about it. Everybody's all like, oh, it's not normal, gun normal. Let's have a little bit of fun, okay? College football comes out in a couple months. Madden comes out in August. Let's have some fun. Let's try some new things, but that is our number 5 playbook. So for the next playbook is going to be the Patriots playbook, and I rave about how tough this playbook is to stop. Now, you do have to put a lot of time in this book, but if you guys can put some time in this book, get the reads down, you guys are going to have a lot of fun. So, without further ado, the best formation in this playbook is going to be the Y off trips pat. I mean, Y option wheel, scat, mesh, slot out, tight end whips, you name it. These plays are good. The runs are even really good versus dollar, the draw. Now, also just to add into this book that you can audible around. If you guys aren't audibling around in the Patriots playbook, I don't know what you guys are doing. Audible around. GL Fork Zig, kind of like that Trips X Nasty from the last playbook. GL Fork Zig, such a great play. Trips tight end, always a staple, man. You got verticals. You have PA counter go, help block some blitzes. China wide post, not a bad play at all. PA slot corner, another great play action play. where's the play? My money play. Curl flat. We'll be going over that as well. You got some bunch. You guys are some bunch guys. So let's start off. U trips. Y option wheel. How can we? What some combos that we can go to in this book? So let's go to the good old cover 3 hard flat. So cover 3. Let me respot the ball real quick. So Y option wheel, what makes this so good is that running back wheel, also the stock post, and then what we're going to put on the field is going to be a tight end corner. And you can just snap the ball like this. Now, this is a version of the play that you could run right there. We kind of got bagged about as that is because the hooks aren't shaded and all that. If I get a little bit of time in the pocket, I can throw this post. There we go. Definitely need a lot of time right now, but start shading, putting some users on the field. Gets a lot easier to guard. But what makes this, what's the best setup out of this, in my opinion, is that tight end corner, drag the slot, hike just like this. So now, look how much harder of a play this is, the guard. And if they don't commit to that drag, we throw the drag all day. You have the running back wheel route if they try to run man. That's what a lot of people love to do versus U-trips. They try to run man. And unfortunately, that doesn't work when you have the best wheel route in the game right here. We're going to throw our post. That post does a really good job also versus man-to-man coverage. Cover 2, cover 3, you name it. Super hard to stop. And when we have other plays like scat in this book, we have tight end whip. Tight end whip, you stem this up once, drag the slot, do something like this. This is also a great play that you guys can run. Super great spacing. Mix in a little bit of motion. Just kind of dabble around this playbook a little bit. I mean, you can also audible the GL fork zig, and it's kind of the same thing. Besides that, these receivers motion over. Most players that you play against will have no idea if you're in U trips or regular trips, so they won't know what play they're expecting. Now, if you audible like this in a game, you know, definitely gonna give it away. But you guys come out in U trips, one play audible over this wide trips and start freestyling here a little bit, people are going to have no idea. And it's just the simple truth. They're not going to realize that outside receiver is a couple more steps towards the sideline than he normally is. So you guys can dabble in this playbook. So many great plays that you guys can do. I don't really call this too much. I've never really been able to get U-trips down at a high level. Now, I can run U-trips. I can go win a gauntlet in U-trips. When I'm talking about a high level, I'm talking about beating the top 25 pros. I can beat the top 50 players in any offense. That's just what I can do. But when it comes to the top 25, U-trips offense was just not for me. Now, I don't read the field well, and that's what playbooks always come down to, is reading the field well. Let me go to curl flat and give you guys my favorite setup on that. I read the field well just in certain formations every year, so and happens always to be a explosive offense, kind of like Eagles this year, Packers last year, Jets last year, super explosive. But right here, all you want to do, I don't know why I keep flipping this play, but you just drag your tight end. So what this does right here is, like, it's just the spacing of this play, trying to, like, oh, that's not the button I meant to click. I meant to throw my drag right there, but if I get on a hash, the spacing of trying to guard the flat, the drag, the post over the middle, you can stem down this post too, because this post sometimes does run a little deep, so you can stem it down. But just like trying to guard the spacing, you have like a little triangle almost in a way if we go to instant replay right here, and it's just super tough to guard all three. If you're good enough with your reads, you're going to be able to make your reads. But like right here, we have like almost like, you see how we have like a triangle at this point? This guy right here, this guy right here. Now, this drag, if you let it keep developing, it's going to run down this. It kind of almost got, I want to say it got bumped. Yeah, it kind of got bumped just a little bit. It normally runs a little bit more shallow. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm tripping. But you also have this curl right here. But put a hard flat over here and a deep blue, like a cover 3, cover 4. You're going to be able to throw that all day. Kind of forced to run cover 2 on that side, and that's when you can start mixing in verticals. Such a great play that you guys can do. PA snag, another great play against the loopless. Streak the slot, and you can just quick snap this. You can stem down the corner, put your running back on a route. You can block them. It doesn't matter. PA still will do a really good job. Right here, I can throw that drag off rip. If they're in cover 3, I can throw that tight end corner underneath the deep blue. So like right here, I should be able to throw this underneath this tight end corner, or underneath this deep blue. Yeah, just kind of got to click on just a little bit right there. This playbook, there's so much you can go to. Some great runs in it too. This is a more popular offense that people run. This Patriots. I'm trying to look for another play that I would run if I were you guys. Let's get into some U-trips. The U-trips is the main focus of this offense. Let's call some PA slot outs. So something I would do out of PA slot out would just I always make sure my plays can beat cover three. My zone beaters can beat every zone. That's as long as I make the right read. So something I would do would be I would zig this slot receiver right here. Now, um, yeah, I would do something like this. I think. I kind of almost want to slant or yeah, A right there, just because the spacing's a lot better right there. So what I did right there is, um, if they do try to vert hook the slot, which a lot of people will do, the switch stick, we're gonna have the zig right there, forces in the switch stick, take their vert out of the play for that backside post. And then a lot of people love hard flatting to stop the running back wheels, so we have a little high-low read. If they get super aggressive, we can throw Hunter towards the sideline. I can even throw him inside if I really wanted to versus cover three. So that's just another play that I would run out of this U-trips formation. Super tough playbook that I just personally don't read the field well in this. Maybe you guys will read it better than me, but that is my number 4 playbook. So for playbook number 3 is going to be the Raiders playbook. And the Raiders playbook is so good if you guys are a money play spammer. So when I say that, everybody probably gets like a bad idea. Oh, money plays, oh, it's just glitchy plays. The reason why I say it, they're high powered plays that it doesn't really matter what you kind of call them versus, they're just gonna work no matter what. And Raiders is just one of those books that just has so many wide curl, another play. It just beats every single coverage. You have to run unique coverages to stop. Wide curl, you have to kind of be unique with your switch stick. There's not really a weakness that these plays really have. Same thing in the trips, tight end flex, motion wide post. There's not really a coverage that stops motion wide post. It's more of like a switch stick, or certain adjustments that you have to call versus motion wide post. But just so many good forms. You have the bunch in here. You have spacing switch. You have dig return. Wide curl, like I said, bench pivot has been one of the best quick snap plays all year. You have some doubles formations. I'm not really too big on these doubles, but probably some decent runs that you guys can audible to, and probably a couple money plays as well. You have this Y off trio, ain't too bad either. Tight slots, flip, trips tight end flex. So we're pretty much in here for the bunch and the trips. So let's just go over those plays. Let me switch out this bunch. We'll go to, where is bench pivot? There it is. So wide curl, you don't really have to do too much with wide curl. Again, just play you can quick snap right here. We're going to call cover 3 hard flat. We'll respot the ball. It doesn't matter if we have a hash or not with wide curl. So what we're going to do, wide curl, you can do a couple things. So like the money play, streak your tight end and just snap the ball. Right here, we can throw it in those seams and those wheel routes. Just get in the seam so good. Now, what people forget about is with that seam on the left, solo receiver, you can always throw that tight end seam. People are so worried about that solo side seam, they forget about the tight end seam. And also, against even a cover 2, you can throw Ed Too Tall Jones. We also have a drag, that running back wheel, super unique, kind of like earlier in the video when I was talking about wheel routes that go more towards the sideline. That is another running back wheel that does it. Look at this wheel. Look at how it runs right here. You can kind of just throw it like a flat no matter where you're at on the field. And it's such a good play. Now, if you actually want to put some thought in this play and beat coverages, a great zone beater that I would run out of this would be an in route, stemmed up a couple. I don't like the post. Posts are super easy to switch stick. I would in route the tight end. Now this looks really ugly right now. I would do. Man, the more I want to think a little bit more on this. I want to do a little bit of. I would do something like this. I'd say I put a flat on my slot. I would motion out a drag right here just for better spacing. Now my tight end got bumped. I am getting freaking pressure. But pretty much what you're doing is you're kind of making it, if they do take away the quick seams, you're kind of attacking them over the middle a lot. So let's just say they have a hook curl on their left on their left middle linebacker, or if they're using the middle linebacker. Let me drag Hunter again. If they're using the middle linebacker on the left and they run towards Munoz, you're going to be able to throw that backside in that drag, because there's really going to be nothing to cover both of those if they take it away. If they take away that drag in that in route, they're just letting you pretty much throw that solo side wheel route that runs up the middle. Now, if they run man-to-man coverage, again, drag route beats man, in route beats man. That both of those wheels on that side are going to beat man, so they can't really man it up. It's going to be a super tough way to stop. Now, this is just something you guys can mix in with other plays like bench pivot, just the regular stock Y curl, just to keep giving them different looks. This wouldn't be something I would run every play. It's going to be so fast when you motion this guy out that it's going to be tough for them to adjust on the fly as long as you're quick snapping fast. Now let's go to bench pivot right here. Bench pivot, another great play. We go here. All you do, main setup would be drag the tight end. You can throw that tight end. If it normally doesn't get bumped, you get a little bit better space, and you also have that inverted zig. And there's so much going on that strong side of the formation that people forget about that backside in. And a lot of times that backside in is going to be open right here, or I'm trying to fit it in right there. We fit it in a great window right there. So much you can do out of the bunch. Other plays, you got verticals, PA play if you're getting blitz, that you can go to. Base, another great run. Look at base versus dollar. I mean, people are going to have some run defense. They can't sit there and loop all game. Let's go over to the trips tight end formation. Trips tight end, another great formation. We have, or trips tight end flex, excuse me. In this one, we have halfback angle. I want to see if we have the other one. Okay, I was looking to see if we had tight end in. Tight end in is another great play, but I will go put in, we don't need that play. We need tight end in. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Or not tight end in. What am I looking for? Halfback angle. There it is. So, you got some good runs. You got some RPOs. Again, we'll do everything versus dollar. The main setup of this play is going to be slant post. You slant the B receiver. So let me show you guys that real quick, just because I did go really fast. So you take B, put him on a slant just like this. This inverted zig, I mean, it gets open versus pretty much everything. Not really many plays that can stop it whatsoever. So you have that. Also, just other setups you can do. You can leave this inverted zig. You can streak the B guy. So a lot of people, what they're going to do is they're going to run cover 2, a lot of clouds, a lot of hooks. So if they do run cover 2, you can throw one of these seams up the middle. You can even do it versus cover 3, cover 4. I mean, right there, that's cover 3. We threw it up the seam right here. I can just, quick throw the seam just like that. You can leave the motion if you want to, if you're playing man. Another play, halfback angle, really good if you just drag the tight end just like this. Leave this exact play. Great spacing right here. That out route, super tough to defend. That zig route, if they're not respecting the flat, if they're running man-to-man coverage, you're going to have a lot of stuff. So all you want to do is just drag that tight end like I was saying. You can do all that right there. We got a terrible pass. But this playbook, really good in the gun formation. Got some good runs in here too, like with that base. Let me see what else we have in this book. Let's see. We can go to wing pair. Wing pair, always good. Let's see what they got in here. Okay. Never mind. Maybe it's not good. All right. Deuce close has to be. Yeah, deuce close. You got halfback zone weak. You have stretch. Good runs right there. I form slot. I form tight. Really good runs that you can go to in the red zone. So this is the Raiders playbook. This is number 3. I personally just am not a big bunch guy. But I know how effective it is, and I know how many people feel comfortable in bunch this year. So this one is going to make my number 3. So in the number 2 slot is going to be the 49ers playbook. The 49ers playbook, a lot of people love it. I don't understand how people run it, but I know the appreciation. I know how tough it is for me to stop. I don't know how they run it, though. And when I say that, it's just like, I don't know how you can consistently make reads at the high level. Again, this is another offense, kind of like me for you, Trips. I can go beat pretty much anyone, win a gauntlet in this book, but man, is it tough for me to beat those top 25 guys in this. But tight Y off flex, wide zone, best run in the game, like I was talking about earlier, like that Carolina Panthers playbook. So if Carolina is not for you, head on over to this not Buccaneers playbook, this Niners playbook. This Niners playbook is pretty good. You got some other runs, wing pair. This should have the stretch I was looking for a little bit earlier. You got some wing tight, not too bad. Wing tight nasty, not too bad. So you got good runs, I forms, all that. But we're not here for all that. We're here to throw the football a little bit. We got some tight Y off. Okay, we've seen this. Abraham ran a little bit of tight Y off in that Saints playbook, another great playbook. You got doubles wild flex, which is pretty much normal, but that slot receiver, a little bit closer to the line, a little bit different alignment. You got some wide trips weak, kind of like how that Patriots had it. So this is kind of like mixing in playbook 3, 4, and 5 a little bit. And just putting it all in the one. You got some bunch spread. I mean, we got it. We got like everything in this book. You got some tray wide flex, which isn't too bad. You got some good fades going to the sideline. So pretty solid book. Now let's get into some of the good plays. You got motion dig under, the middle play right here. This is everyone's favorite in this book. Wide sail, which is going to be similar to like some of the gun normal. PA snag, really good versus block. So let's start off in this this doubles flex Y off. So I'm going to go with a play because I know I have a lot of hardcore viewers. So if you guys actually had no idea about like just doubles in general, we'll go over some of the great plays in this formation, but we'll go with a play that I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with, and it's this motion dig under. So we'll look at the play, you're like, holy shit, what the fuck is this, right? What we're going to do is we're going to keep Travis Hunter on this drag on the outside. We'll keep Munoz on his route. We're keeping Ed Too Tall Jones on his route. But what we're going to do is flat our tight end, put our running back on a wheel, and we're going to snap the ball just like this. We get this speed drag right here. Super tough to stop over the middle, and I'm going to go to instant replay just kind of to show you guys what's going on in this. So if we go to instant replay, I'm going to drop back in the pocket. Now, we have this flat. If they're not playing cover 3 hard flat or just hard flats in general, we can throw that flat. But this flat drags out any sort of flat zone. We could throw the running back wheel inside leverage. Easy first down right here. We have this little flat wheel combo. Now, over the middle, we see that these hook curls in cover 3 are dropping back to play Ed Too Tall Jones in this in route. So what we could do is if there's a user on the field, and let's just say he does choose to throw this, guard this, we're going to throw this speed drag right here. Now, it's different than another drag. Normally, a lot of other drags take longer to develop, which allows you kind of to pass it off to other zones, allow you to, get back there with your user, cover some ground. But with the speed drag, that's what makes it so much tough, is because of how fast this just runs across the middle of the field. Like, this in route hasn't even broke yet, and we're over the middle of the field. Like, that's how insane this is. So you kind of have a high-low read with that, and if they get aggressive with their switch stick, or they just play dumb defense, I mean, we have Munoz over top. We're going to be able to punish them with that. You can even, for example, we have him on the fade. If they're calling a lot of cover 2 is giving you problems. Put a streak on this guy. Keep the fade on this guy. And cover 2, this deep half should probably, stay right here because it's getting pulled inside. We throw it to the outside. If they put an outside third, which will guard this streak over here, just throw this guy up the middle. So kind of make a read in between those right there. Really great play. Now you also have Y sail. Y sail, good play. All you do for this play is you're going to drag your slot, streak your tight end, snap the ball. You can throw a seam up the middle right there. I mean, that hook curl played really good. If there's no hook curl, we'll throw that up the middle. Otherwise, we'll throw our drag. We also have a backside in route that does really good. Right here, we'll throw our drag. Take our easy yards right there. Great quick snap play to mix in all these plays. Just such really good at quick snapping. Right here, we have PA snag. We can do the same thing we did earlier with that one setup in Panthers. Streak the slot, drag the tight end. Oh, I did not mean to lob that. I honestly didn't even mean to hike it. But right here, we're going to streak our slot, drag our tight end, put Genty on a flat just like this. We have a really good combo right here. We'll throw our spot route right there, get our easy yards. It's just so many great plays. Now, let's go to this tight Y off, and I can just show you some combo a combo I would go to out of here. Again, I don't really run this playbook too much, but I'm trying my best to do a little bit of freestyling on the dot. I actually love this motion slot choice right here. I think this is a really good playbook or play. So what I would do, let's say it's cover 3. So the reason why I like this is because this fade over to the left. So what we could do, there's some motion out. Who's motion? Okay, I guess I have to motion over one of these receivers. So might as well leave that guy right there. We'll do something like drag. We'll leave that zig actually. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put a in route on my tight end. Streak Munoz. We're going to motion him over if it allows me to. I guess it's not. Why can I not motion anybody? Okay. I guess you can't motion anybody here. So that play's chalked. Let's go to a different play. Okay, that play is chalked. Just like that. I thought we could motion in this formation. Never mind. I had a great idea, and it doesn't even matter. So, you got motion / wheel cross, which doesn't look too bad here. Let's see what's going on in this play. Kind of like this play. All right, we got a wheel right here. So I actually love this right here because if they're running cover 2, we can put a streak on our slot. Now what I would do is I would just do something like this, I think. Yeah, I would do something like this. Just something simple like this. We put a streak on our slot. So they get aggressive trying to switch stick the in over the middle. We can throw the streak. Also, the streak's a pull route for a cover 2. Pull the deep half. This wheel route should get open to the sideline right here. Even that hard flat right there had a hard time playing that wheel. Now, it was super close. I don't recommend doing that, but if they're not respecting the hard flat, we're going to be able to throw that all day. And if they're running cover 2, we're going to be able to throw that wheel route late. But we can even, let's do something like this. We can even send out our running back right here. Do something like this. Throw this drag right here. If they're not playing the, or if they're playing the drag, we can throw that backside and have that wheel route. And this is, what was this play that I just called? I just want to give you guys the right name out of this play. Okay, motion / wheel cross. Really like this. We'll go to cover 3 hard flap again. Drag the tight end. Put B on an in route. Stem them up. Put our slot on a streak. Wheel the running back. If you can, do that. Even against a hook curl, we're going to be able to throw Munoz. So great plays. We went over wide trips week. I don't have to go over that too many times. You guys know what's in that book or formation. Let's go to some of the other stuff. Bunch spread nasty. Let's see what we got. We got this slot halfback wheel. And this is kind of like that trips X nasty earlier in the video. Trips X nasty against cover 2. I'll go to Tampa 2 right here. Just turn off auto flip. Because why not? Right here, what we can do is we can streak Hunter. I can put B on a flat just like this. Now, I'm going to put a in route on this guy instead of that shitty route right there. I'm going to be able to throw that. So it's really good versus cover 3. Or cover 2, excuse me. We can also, with that fade, we can do something like, we'll do something like this. We'll keep this, all right? We can out route, streak, in route. So it's kind of like, my bad. I'm like trying to think of this shit on the spot for you guys. Again, I don't really run this too much. There's got to be a different play. I'll give you guys one more play for the content. I actually like motion snag under right here. Motion snag under looks pretty good. I don't know if I'll leave this motion. Yeah, I probably won't. So what I'll do here would be flip this. We want this to the short side because if they're in cover 3, I can throw this short corner. I'm going to put Hunter on a in route. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do right here. We're going to put Hunter on an in route. We're going to streak Munoz on the outside, running back in route, just like this. So now we can throw this to the sideline. That short corner can get over the hard flat. If they don't have a hard flat, we're still going to be able to throw that. So this is going to be really good versus cover 3. Also, it's going to be tough for them to play that zig route over on the left side right here. Look at this. Look at where that zig sits. Just a really good spot where that zig sits. So just a couple plays you guys can do. Mess around in the bunch spread nasty. Get some looks. Good runs in this book. It's my number 2 just because I don't really run this too well, but I do appreciate how great of an offense and some of the great formations that are in this. Again, go around the playbook, see what else is in here. We got some good stuff in the bunch X nasty, bunch Y flex. I'm excited to get into my number 1 playbook. Let's get straight into it. For my number 1 playbook, is it much of a surprise that it's the Eagles? Eagles, best offense in the game. I don't know why people try to argue it. I just think it's too good. All right. You got normal, right? Doubles, really good formation. I don't even utilize it that much. You got bunch, all right. Bunch open tight end, not bad. I mean, it's just good for the red zone. Trips tight end flex, one of the best formations in the game. We went over this in the Raiders, so I won't go over it too much. Great plays. We also got trips tight end. You have clear out, really good coverage beater, curl flat, PA slot corner, I mean, and this is going to be kind of me just going over the gun normal formation. I will go over some other things, but PA snag, I'll go over through all these. But I do want to go over, in my opinion, what I think is one of the most underrated plays in this game. It's going to be this motion Y wheels. Motion Y wheel or angle, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much the same play besides like that motion running back. But we don't even use that play or that route. So what makes this so good is if you put this on the short side right here, and a lot of people are going to run dollar, and this is where it's the most effective. So you guys see this play. Now what I like to do is streak my running back out of the backfield, put Travis Hunter, who's on this crosser. You want to put him on a post. Now over on this 2 wide receiver side, stem Ed Too Tall Jones up once or twice. If you go any further, like for example, a lot of people want this to run 10 yards. This is going to run 10 yards for you. It does not look like it at all, but this route is kind of glitched where like the actual route doesn't pop up on the screen. So like if I was to go 10 yards right here, that looks about like 10. This is going to run about 30. So keep it down low like this. Now drag. Now this is cover 3 hard flat. What this hard flat should do, again, practice mode, not a lot of shading or like just user and all this other stuff like what normal people do. So this should get pulled by this drag. This drag should pull a hard flat in the slot, leaving this out route wide open right here. Like I said, it pulls it inside just a little bit so you can throw that out route to the sideline. It's super close, but you can do it. I throw this all the time. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. Watch how he just gets pulled inside just enough where you can throw it right by him, and it's super effective. People are going to be switch sticking to their slot corner to play that all day, which just opens up the middle of the field so much. I forgot to put the post out there, but we have our running back wheel out of the backfield. We have our drag. If I put a post route this time, let's do that. Hopefully it cuts a little bit faster and I can throw it. Please don't get shedded. He actually got matched, but it doesn't matter. Did a really good job. And this is also a cover 3 beater if you guys didn't know. So what you guys can do to beat cover 3, streak the running back, leave the crosser. You're going to put your slot on a drag now. Now, if we get enough time, don't get shedded by Colossus. I lobbed that for some reason. But you guys see, beats cover 3, that comeback route, brings down that outside third. And it's one of the best plays. I mean, on top of PA snag, we went over the subs there. Y sail, where you streak the tight end, drag the slot. We can throw this up the seam if we want. Right there, hook curl played really well, but we have our drag. We can do so much out of it. We have cheat flat post, which is a staple in this game. You speed out this outside receiver. So if there's a deep blue, you're throwing it underneath the deep blue. If it's a cloud, then pretty much everything else is going to be open on the field. This is all you're doing right here. Inverted zig, coming to the middle of the field. You make a high-low read right there. Our post route ran a little bit too deep, but we have the post. We have the inverted zig. So many things we can go to in this. They start running a lot of cover too. You can kind of do like the 2 streak thing over here on the left. The beat cover 2. You can throw the seams at such an effective level. Now, we can also go to this gun doubles. This gun doubles is really good. I love this play right here. Now, let me flip it to the right or the correct hash. Now, what I love about this play is I personally put the running back corner when I do call it. I leave this post or crosser and I drag Munoz. I'm looking to roll out right here, so we can throw this running back in this sweet spot right there. Quarterback chooses not to, but it's all right. But just like watch the spacing on this play and like how hard it is just to switch stick. And at the end of the day, that's what you're really just trying to do, is just make it hard for your opponent to switch stick. Right here, I can roll out, and like even if they try to switch stick down to that crosser, we're throwing the streak. If they don't switch stick it, we throw the crosser. I just caught a cramp in my foot. Ow. Also a good RPO read bubble right here. If we should pass or not right there, they play it. I mean, we have the run versus dollar, a lot of things we can go to. You guys know trips, tight end, flex. We kind of went over that earlier in the video. Not too much we should go over. Looking to see maybe there's a other unique play maybe in here. Dang, none of the good trips, tight end, flex playbooks have the in. Oh, coverage beater. Thank goodness I remembered it. Trips, tight end, flex. We went over curl flat. We went over PA slot corner. But in this book, in trips, tight end, we have clear out seam. So what's so good about clear out seam? Cover 2. A lot of people are going to start going the cover 2 against your trips tight end. It's just the easiest way to guard everything. cover 2. How do we beat it? And this is even good for the seam. So what I love to do is I either put a speed out on my outside guy or a drag. I like to mix it up here and there. I block my running back for the most part. You can flat him if you want. But what this does is against cover 2, watch how this is thrown, or watch how this route is ran right there. That was a little too close. Let me pass that one more time. That was not ideal. Let's try this again. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What is up with the bad racks? That is open. Trust me. It is going to be open. Maybe it's because I'm not base aligned. And, like, look at how the safety is right here. All right. There we go. He did it again. Stop jumping up to catch it. Just run. You guys see what I'm trying to say, though, man. Oh, my. Let me try this one more time because it's making me actually super mad. There we go. That's what I've been wanting the whole time. Yay. It's probably because I have a 7-foot receiver. But they don't guard that sideline. If they run cover 2, you were going to punish them. If they just don't guard the seam up the middle, I mean, look at this. This is a mid-read, getting over it. If they run a cover 3 with the hook crawl on that side, you might as well say sayonara because Travis Hunter is going to keep running by it. So you have just so many great plays. You have the curl flat. You can keep the motion if you want. There's not really too many great plays with the motion. You can just do something like this. I don't know. I'm just freestyling off the ass right now. I don't know if I would totally run this. You could throw that wheel route versus cover 2. It's not terrible. You got a high-low read on the backside, but stick to what we've been talking about. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'm trying to drop as many tips, gameplay videos, like inside the Madden videos. So if you guys have any ideas, please put them in the comments. It's Summer Madden, so we've been playing the same game for the past couple of months, so it's kind of hard for me to innovate. But if you guys want to see something, please put it in the comments down below. Hopefully, I actually have a thumbnail on this video. I apologize for the last video if you guys have made it this far. I did not mean to release that at 6 a.m. with no thumbnail. So it was actually a really good video too, and unfortunately, I'm an idiot and clicked the wrong buttons when I upload it. But it's been your boy. I'll catch y'all in the next one.